All right.
It's time.
It's time. Orange and Blue Review.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the show. I'm Lionel Bienvenu. Yeah,
and I'm Mitch Jelniker. I left you hanging.
One more time, please.
I'm concerned.
Get it right.
I'm concerned about the game.
Oh, yeah?
I have commercials in my earpiece. We're going to get rid of those. We want to hear from you today on the Orange and Blue Review. See what you thought about the game last night. You can call us anytime. It's 303-831-NEWS. 831-NEWS. You can also find us on Facebook, Denver Channel's Facebook page. Just if you search Denver Channel, it'll pop up for you on Twitter, on Facebook. You can also get on Instagram, and you can hashtag Orange Blue Review.
Exactly. So pick up your phone. The Orange and Blue Review is happening right now. Call us. You can Skype in. You can tweet us. You can come in to the station. Just show up and sit on Mitch's lap.
As long as you bring something to eat.
We don't care.
Bring coffee.
Just call us and tell us what you thought about last night's game. Broncos, of course, 31-24. Mitch on my pick'em sheet. I think you can see right there. What did I?
You had the Indy 21, Denver 31.
31-21, right. Now, I changed that last night on Twitter to 38-28. I thought it would be a little higher scoring. But
exactly.
Look, a lot of fans are a little bit worried today. That's what I'm getting on Twitter. I got that last night as well. You jump out to a 24-0 lead, and you're like, wow, this team
is it.
Better.
New Year.
Right, better than
Super
last
Bowl,
year.
here we come.
Peyton Manning, 3 touchdown passes in the first half to Julius Thomas. He threw 7 in the season opener against the Ravens last year. And you're like, this is going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah.
We are going to roll through everybody on the way to the Super Bowl. There's no stopping us. But they got stopped in the second half.
You come out of the third quarter, and the first thing, they go 3 and out. And you're like, okay, well, they're up. They're just kind of kicking back a little bit. And they just kept kind of sputtering. I mean, the third quarter just did not look good. So, yeah, there's 2 ways to look at it. Could they relax a little bit because they were up 24 to zip? Or did they let it almost slip away from them? I mean, we're complaining about a win in some sense, right?
Well, you were there. You were in the stands as a fan.
No one left.
The game. I was back here working. Nobody left. But what was the feeling of people? Was it just uneasiness? I don't think it's real concern. I'm sorry. I don't think you need to be really concerned that the Broncos jumped up on the Colts 24-0 and held on to win 31-24. You could pick apart any little piece of the game, and obviously the second half, it's human nature. You see it all the time. You jump out to a huge lead, and the other team comes back. You play a little bit of prevent offense. You kind of stop what you were doing to get to 24-0, and they come back. But this is the Colts. This is the team that's going to win their division.
Yeah.
This is the team that's going to be in the playoffs. We might even meet them again.
Yeah.
And you beat the Colts in the opening game. I don't think we're going to get into it a lot more later, but I don't think there's a need for real concern. There's a lot of things that need to be tweaked and fixed a little bit, but really, 31-24 over the Colts in the opening game, I'll take that.
Yeah, exactly. I think there was some concern, like people in the stands. I'm in Section 118. We all kind of looked at each other like, "Ooh."
It was Section 118. That's pretty good seats, isn't it?
Decent seats.
Wow.
I think it was a realization that, that's right, the Colts are pretty darn good.
Right.
And so then there was a lot of talk of, okay, were we really better than we were last year? Well, in some sense, yes. In some sense, no. I mean, you think about the secondary, certainly performed a lot better than they did last time we got together.
Right.
So, yeah, you're right. I think everybody got kind of nervous, but at the end, it's a W.
Well, we're going to talk a lot. Obviously, we have an hour.
Yes.
Hopefully, you'll join in. You can call us 303-831-NEWS. Contact us on Facebook. Our producer, Deb Stanley, is ready to hear from you, and she'll tell us what you're saying. Same thing on Twitter, at Mitch Jelniker, at Lionel Bienvenu, and also at Denver Channel. You can tweet us anywhere or tag us on Instagram using the hashtag Orange and Blue Review. Again, Peyton Manning, let's talk about him first, Mitch.
Yeah, because
he came out 24-0, 3 touchdown passes to Julius Thomas. I tweeted last night, it was like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah.
It was like you're sitting there going, this is too easy. This is going to get boring real fast. Okay, at 24-0, it's like, I'm going to be bored out of my mind in the second half when we're up, 49 to 8, 49
Can we
to
make
7.
50?
But that obviously didn't happen. But his arm strength, I think we can all forget about. That laser to Emmanuel Sanders, 40 yards down inside the red zone, that was a beautiful pass.
It's like he went down there and just handed it to him. It was absolutely perfect. People went bananas. when that happened, when he threw those passes.
Right.
Let's talk about some of those touchdowns. I mean, you got tale of two halves. You got tale of two Thomases here. Julius Thomas, what a game! I mean, come on. Here's some of the shots from 3 TD receptions he had in this game, and we got some great shots of some of those catches. He had an explosive day and just did great. With all three touchdowns and then Monte Ball, it took a little bit going, but then he turned it on. He had an excellent game as well, also getting the touchdown.
Well, his touchdown was great because he got stuffed at the line and then bounced outside and ran it.
Well,
in. That made it 31. That turned out to be the game winner in the second half. Again, I think there are things you can look at here. The Broncos offense is going to be fine.
Yeah.
Peyton and Julius were fine. Emmanuel Sanders steps in for Wes Welker, who wasn't there. So Sanders plays the slot.
And he did well.
Oh,
he
did great. And I think all the extra work that he and Peyton put into it. Here you see some of Emmanuel Sanders here. Sanders stays after practice. He works with Peyton Manning because he's a new guy. And Peyton is all about comfort. Peyton has to do extra work with his receivers. He has to feel you, okay?
Right.
He can't just say, okay, we're going to go out and do the game plan. You're supposed to be here. He has to know where you're going to be, and you got to know where he's going to throw it every time. And Sanders was bothered by that quad muscle in camp, so it's kind of like, okay, he's a new guy.
Is he 100%?
He looks like he's going to be really good, but he hasn't gotten all the work in. He's been hampered, hasn't played a lot in the preseason, but he and Peyton are going to be fine together.
Yeah, because I think people were worried, with Welker out, how's it going to? But there's so many other weapons. As clearly as we saw. Right. We're going to be absolutely fine.
Well, I tweeted last night, I said, Wes Welker is somewhere watching this game wondering, going, wow, where am I going to fit in when I come back? Because with Emmanuel, Julius, they're not going to miss Eric Decker. Damaris is going to be fine as well.
Yeah.
So the offense, I don't think we have to worry about at all. Defensively, look, DeMarcus Ware came out, had a sack and a half to start, which is pretty good.
Do you think that he's up to full speed? Or is he still trying to feel the whole thing? Had a decent game, but is he really where he can be?
No, he and Chris Harris aren't either. Neither's Von Miller.
Yeah.
Harris and Miller coming off ACL surgery. They hardly played in the preseason. DeMarcus didn't play a lot in the preseason either. This is going to take some time on defense. It really is. You got T.J. Ward, Aqib Talib played well. You got Bradley Roby, who's a rookie first-round pick, had 7 tackles, 3 passes defense. Got burned a little bit, but he's trying to cover Reggie Wayne. Okay?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to cover Reggie Wayne?
I did once, and it did not end well. It did not end well.
And look, so Roby makes the breakup in the fourth quarter to save the game on 4th down. Broke up the pass intended for Reggie Wayne. Game over. He also made a great tackle at the goal line in one of the 2 goal line stands the defense had. So Chris Harris, Von Miller, they're only going to get better. They both said in preseason training camp, it's going to take us some time.
Can I get back in that condition?
Right. First game, we're not going to bust in there and be as good as we were. So if you're worried about the defense, okay, they gave up over 400 yards, but it's game 1. It was a prevent situation. You're up 24-7 at halftime, but they made it happen when they needed to. And 2 goal line stands.
And as you can see from the photo,
Nate Irving played a great game as well. Hopefully his leg injury is not too serious. We'll find out more about that today.
Yeah, to get to that young quarterback and get a sack in there, that's again, you're kind of reminded, this is the Colts. This is a pretty darn good team, so... and here's a shot more on the injury. How serious is this?
Don't know. We'll find out today. John Fox has a presser when they, the trainer and doctors check out all the injured players this morning. John Fox has a team meeting. They look at film. He'll come out and tell us this afternoon exactly, what the injuries are, exactly what they saw on film or on tape, whatever. And great. But it's actually a record-breaking game for Peyton Manning. He only threw 3 touchdown passes, but he beat the Colts. Finally, that was the only team he hadn't beaten in the NFL. So he becomes the 2nd player in history to beat all 32 teams.
All 32 teams.
Brett Favre is the other one.
Right.
And he's not coming back.
And you think, maybe.
Although he hasn't made that official yet.
Well, yeah, he might be. That's like, you think about Brady, but if he'd have to leave the Patriots, clearly, to do that.
Right.
So who else is in that club?
Yeah. 2 guys. I don't know if that'll ever happen. I don't know if there'll be a 3rd member or not.
That's
we'll
pretty
have to
cool
find
to
out.
think about, the 32 club.